beautiful Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details, and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's get straight to your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, the new moon eclipse was in Taurus, and that was on the 30th of April. So at the beginning of the week there, you should still be feeling that energy, which is all about value, how you value yourself and others, of course. But you may also be thinking more about your creature comforts, possessions, and being financially comfortable. That's the topic that you'll be more concerned with during the first half of the month, okay? So you may also feel a sudden need or want to splash out, treat yourself, or someone close to you as well. Of course, Uranus and Mars are paired, so don't spend more than you can afford, of course, because they do bring sudden changes or shocks, radical changes into your life. So you don't want to be hit with any sort of bills last minute, but it is those two combination, that combination rather tends to bring a positive shift, actually. So it tends to be all working out for the best. Now Mercury is also in retrograde on the 10th of May, and that can bring communication issues, things like internet not working or being really weak, that you can't get signal, messages going astray, you can't find them, they go to the spam box and things like that. But also you can be misconstrued in the way that you come across as well. So be mindful, it can be a bit of a disruptive time during the Mercury retrograde. Also, it is a time where people tend to return from the past. Now, it doesn't have to be that ex that you've been trying to avoid or anything like that. It can also be people from your past that you haven't heard from in a while, friends reaching out. It is a time where people feel nostalgic and want to return to the good old days, okay? So be prepared for people just popping right back on in. Now also, look at that, we got the Tower, okay? That may shock you, of course. Now, I have to say that the Tower is not in a negative card per se. It can be a surprise, but we will sort of clarify it as we go on. But your first card is the Tower, and it is with the Strength card. So it is your protagonist energy, which means you are making some radical changes, okay? And wow, we've got the Lover's card paired with the Ace of Cups. So there could be love coming on in if you're looking for it. This reading is not really focusing on love. It's all about you, of course, and the things that are coming your way. Now, at the end of, from the 16th of May, we have that full moon eclipse, and it is in Scorpio, okay? There you go, you got an 8 of Cups, which tends to be about someone returning, but you're walking away from that situation. The full moon eclipse is on the 16th of May in Scorpio. It's a very intense moon, but it does bring emotional freedom. And that is all about letting go of, fear, resentment, anger, sadness, anything that's been sort of holding you back in any shape or form. It can also be those elements of perfectionism that we feel compelled to sort of oppose. I really want, I feel, I'm trying to get the word, it's not oppose, that we sort of press upon ourselves where we feel like we can always do better. So I feel like this is about you being a little bit more compassionate with yourself. Also, this full moon brings a lot of clarity, a lot of sort of mental prowess and concentration. You get a really sharp mind during this time. So better concentration from the 16th of May. Now, also in terms of you, my beautiful Capricorn, your 5th house is activated right at the beginning of the month. So that's activated from now. That's all about, you know, the pursuit of pleasure, having fun, seeking romance. If you're in a relationship, of course, being a little bit more romantic than usual, or seeking that. If you're looking for love, then of course, coming across situations that can bring love. They want one more, so that's interesting in this deck. Also, it is a time, wow, we got 2 aces here and a Fool card, so there's definitely something new entering your world. Also, it can be a time of enhanced creativity, okay? So you may feel a little bit more creative than usual, or a little bit more adventurous than usual with your creativity, or finding ideas and solutions to any issues that come up, okay? Now, at the end of the month there, your 11th house of hopes and wishes is actually activated. So whatever you're trying to manifest, you're actually bringing it into the physical realm, okay? So that is about strong manifestation, being inspired to turn your dreams into reality. Now, this time period is also about friendships, social circles, connecting to those that maybe you haven't seen for a while. I mean, your overarching energy, there is a lot of major arcanas going on in this month for you, which tells me that there are some major changes. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. You've got the Justice card, you've got the Chariot card, the World card. This really just indicates the success that you truly deserve and desire is on its way for you, okay? Whatever you've been feeling, if you've been feeling stuck in a certain area of life, there is definitely some major change here. In your protagonist energy, I mean, this is like, I've never seen a reading like this, I gotta be honest. In your protagonist energy, you got the Tower, the Fool card, and the Justice card. So I feel like you're making some really big changes, lifestyle changes that really affect you as you move forward. You're walking away from anything that's not emotionally fulfilling. You've got the Ten of Swords there. You've got 2 aces, which indicates, you're seeking something new, putting your heart and soul into something that brings more money, a lot of success. The World card twice indicates a new cycle for you. So really exciting energy for you in this particular month, okay? So as I said, manifestation is key for you. Whatever you're thinking about, you're bringing about, because this is, your 11th house of hopes and wishes coming true is right there for you. Now, the first card there, we've got the protagonist energy. This is your energy, how you're approaching the month ahead, and it's like a storm, okay? You are the storm. You are the one who is strong, has courage. You're moving yourself forward. You're overcoming any obstacles, and you're powering up. This is about you enduring life and its battles, okay? Whatever you've been fighting for in terms of success or love or any of those things, I feel like you're choosing your battles wisely, and I feel like you're winning at the game of life. You're walking away from anything that kind of like makes you feel it's just not worth it. You're not compromising. And I mean that in a sense of you not being egotistical and saying, or difficult that you're not compromising. I feel like you're leading with integrity. You're deciding what it is you value about yourself, but also situations. And if it suits the 5-year plan that you've got, or some sort of plan that you've got there, I feel like you're investing in that and only that. You're not letting anything distract you from that. The Force card in this position indicates whatever struggle that you've been going through, and it may have been a difficult time, because they're just showing me some frustration. Now, it could be anger that I'm feeling, but I feel it's more frustration in something. I feel like you're taking the courage to make a radical change in order to move forward, because you may have felt a little bit like stuck in a rut or in a routine. And you're the sort of person, Capricorn, you don't like to stay stagnant for long. You're always trying to shake things up, mix things up, and move forward. You're always trying to propel yourself forward. And that's exactly what you're doing. They're giving me an energy here of being right on target for something, okay? Because they're showing me that spear, but they're actually showing me in the water, the spear in motion. So something that you've got your eye on, with, it's like you're going to hit your target. Okay, so this is a hitting a target month for you, especially since we got the World card twice. This means there is something that you're trying to accomplish. It comes to fruition, or you reach that goal. You feel fulfilled in that energy, and you're on to the next. So I feel, even if you're doing things like duties and, routine type things, I feel like you're on it. You're really, you're really like organized, and you know you're doing what you said you're doing. You're setting your intentions and you're hitting the mark. That's what I feel with this. Okay, now the Tower is an interesting one because I said you are the storm. The Tower, you are activating this. So if it was in the end position, I would say, oh, there's a Tower moment coming for you. But because this is your protagonist energy, this is about you shaking up the humdrum energy. The Tower basically represents a prison type energy where you're feeling a little bit stuck. You want to escape, but you don't know how. And you may be going round and round circles in like a mundane kind of energy. And if you've been stuck in that work-life habit type thing, you know, I feel like you're breaking the chains to that and you're taking a leap of faith. It's no accident that the Fool card came right out after that, okay? Now, the Tower energy, it tends to be like a shock or a surprise. So you may be shocking people with your decisions. All of a sudden, you're maybe wanting to do like a new job or work in a new sector, or you're taking the courage to go after something that you've wanted for a while. I mean, we got the Justice card there, so it can mean that you're trying to find the truth in something, but that I feel more that it's about you finding justice in a situation, you know, cause and effect. You realize that if you feel stuck and you don't do anything about it, you will remain stuck. So you're taking the initiative to actually move yourself forward. It can even be a thought, because, you know, the Justice card, it can be like deciding something, deciding what is the best solution for you, or what is the best step to take, the next step, and then all of a sudden the universe conspires to bring you what you need. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, and also in this tarot here, which is a wonderful Egyptian tarot there, as you can see, we've got the lightning bolt, which is divine intervention. Now, this could be an epiphany moment where you have a sudden idea, or it can mean that, you know, spirit intervenes in some way in order to shake up the energy. Now, by that I mean they create some sort of uncomfortable energy. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck and it feels a bit uncomfortable where you're at, that is the universe actually conspiring to sort of make you or force you to nudge yourself off that fence and do something about your circumstances, okay? So it can mean that there is a shocking event that comes along and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of felt that. I kind of intuitively knew that this was going to occur. I'm kind of ready for this. And I feel like you're actually taking the initiative to take a leap of faith. As you can see, these two figures, they take a leap of faith. They jump out of the Tower because it's better to take that leap of faith out of the Tower than to remain stuck, going round and round in circles, okay? Because, you know, especially in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Tower is actually on fire. So the universe brings a set of circumstances into your world to make you feel like, I'm getting a bit antsy where I'm at, or it doesn't feel right where I'm at, or it feels toxic where I'm at, or I feel like I'm capable of more. I've hit a glass ceiling, and the only way to change this circumstance is to completely knock it out of the park and do something different. So I feel the Fool card is really relevant to you. You're taking that leap. You're taking an adventure. You're taking a new path in life. So this could be, you know, for example, some of you may be actually just thinking, because this is about, the Justice card is about weighing up your options, making a decision that is right for you, examining your motives and values when you're contemplating which path to take. The Justice card is about cause and effect. So your decisions that you make in this moment, in May in particular, are going to affect you like big time, because these are major arcana moments. But I feel like it's really interesting. Each card, each path leads to the world, which means success, conclusion, new start, new cycle, an accomplishment, a final destination where you've been trying to get to all along. So whether you're thinking about putting your resume out there and trying to get a new opportunity, or whether you are looking for new love, for example, I feel like you're putting yourself in a circumstance without even realizing it. I feel like you're actually thinking about doing something, and then opportunities arise based on you know, what you're trying to achieve, and then you take the initiative and you take that leap. Okay, the Fool card tells me that you have a lot of potential. Okay, and I feel like you may be seeking either freedom or a little bit more adventure in your world against the humdrum energy that you've been feeling stuck in. I mean, it could literally be that you're deciding, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit bored with my circumstances and I want to join a new group. I want to, you know, connect to the community. I want to, to move home, for example. The Chariot card is a travel card. The World card is also a relocation card. Some of you could be thinking about actually emigrating or traveling or changing jobs across, state or across country in some way, or across the world. So this is a big deal. Whatever this is, it's a risk, but I feel like your gamble pays off, okay? The Tower energy indicates you are creating the complete storm. It's like the perfect storm. I really feel like you're making, I mean, even if you've started a new project or a new venture, you're becoming an entrepreneur, or you're setting something up for yourself that is guaranteed success. That is what I see here. The Justice card indicates you deserve some good karma, okay? I also feel with the Justice card that you're weighing up your options, making a decision, and I feel like you're proceeding with integrity with this Justice card. I feel like you're making adjustments in May for some sort of new start, or new energy to enter your life. So perhaps if you're looking for love, there's definitely love available for you. If you're looking for an opportunity, a new job, we got an Ace of Pentacles here. So there's definitely, investment opportunity. It could be a raise. You may decide to stay where you're at, but you may decide to actually take a leap and go for a position that is like, has a lot more responsibility. It feels like you're stepping up, okay? And it brings more money. That's what I see. Now, I feel like with the Seven of Wands, you're at your personal best. You're at your peak, okay? And you're capable of going the distance with this success. I feel like you're going beyond, and it is something that you deserve, because the Justice card says you're going after what you truly deserve. Now, some of you, for example, you may have been going through some sort of legalities. That's not going to be all of you. I only feel a small percentage there of that. Some of you may be going through some sort of legalities, and you may surprise a lot of people by your power, because the Strength card shows your power. You are a force to be reckoned with, okay? And I feel like people are not going to be able to ignore you. And whether you're going through legalities or a court case or anything like that, it doesn't have to be about legalities. I feel generally in the month of May, you are a force to be reckoned with. You're creating that perfect storm in order to bring the success that you truly deserve, because you've walked away from a lot of scenarios that do not serve you. And you've had that courage to take that leap of faith and overcome the obstacles and get to where you want to go. So whatever you have your eyes set on, because the Seven of Wands says you're holding true to your vision. You're not giving up on something, okay? You're actually moving forward, and you're going to achieve with your tenacity, your endurance, and your hard work, your commitment. You're going to achieve whatever it is you set out to do. I mean, it could simply be, that you're getting all your duties sorted. Like, you're like, I've always been meaning to paint that room, and you get around to doing it. I feel like it's almost like you're making adjustments to do new things. So I really feel this is about cause and effect. You're recognizing that the energy that you put in, of course, we all know this, the energy that you put in, that is what you get out. Finally, you're getting a repayment. You're getting something out, a reciprocal exchange from the universe. Now, in the resistance position, we have the Lovers card. So some of you may have gone through, some sort of separation or disconnection from something that either you loved at one stage. It could be a job, it could be a group of friends, it could be a lover, it could be a spouse. There's definitely an energy here of you dealing with some sort of leaving a scenario. Now, it could literally be that you love where you're living, but you want a job elsewhere that really pays a lot more money, and you're deciding that it's time to disconnect from that space and move on, because we've got the Chariot card, which indicates you're moving. And it could be moving to a new job, or to, perhaps, as I said, a new community in some way. The Ten of Swords tells me something is absolutely done, which means you're making space for something new. Now, the Lovers card indicates you're making choices based on your heart. So the Lovers card doesn't always have to be about, oh, you're going to find love, or you're partnering up with somebody in business, but it can do, okay? So if you're deciding that you want to, for example, all of a sudden set up a business with somebody that you care about, that you trust, I feel like this would be a very good venture. But I would say the Justice card being paired in this reading says, make sure you draw up a contract, even if you're friends, even if you're family. It's always good to have a contract because you never know when you may need to revisit that contract. And if you're given a contract, I would always read the small print. It just makes sure you're covered and all of those things, and you get the best deal. Now, with the Lovers card as well, it is an indication that you are making choices that bring harmony into your life, and that you're making the best decision. You're making a personal decision of some sort in your world in May. I feel like you're following your abundance. You're following your intuition to where your abundance is taking you. There's prosperity. They're just showing me a rainbow. It's so funny. They're actually showing me a rainbow. And at the bottom, they're showing me, I know it's such a mythical thing, but the rainbow and the pot of gold at the end of it. Okay. Now, that's what they're showing me in the water right now. Okay. Now that could be the influence from Taurus, because for many, many months there, every Taurus reading, a rainbow came up. So because that influence from the new moon eclipse in Taurus is currently influencing the energy, it could be that influence there. But rainbow, if you think about rainbow, rainbows, they need water, they need rain, of course, and sun in order to make that beautiful color. So if you think about it, no pain, no gain sort of energy. So I feel like it's something you've worked really hard for. You're creating something really beautiful, okay? And it's because you're following your heart. Now, the Ace of Cups is covering that. So you may have felt recently that, you felt a little bit disinterested, maybe lost your motivation, your drive, or you felt really disappointed about something, felt let down. Now you could have felt let down by the universe, or you could have been felt a little bit let down by opportunities, either going elsewhere, or you're just feeling really stagnant with this Ace of Cups in this position, because this means that you put your whole heart and soul into creating abundance and prosperity overflowing towards you. And you may feel like it's in delay, because we got the Chariot card here as well in the Resistance position, and the Ten of Swords. So you may always feel like you're working really hard and you're wondering, are you on the right track? Because it seems like you're never quite reaching your goal. But May is a really important month where we see the World card twice. You're reaching your goal, okay? Now, the Ace of Cups also can say that there is new love coming on in if you're looking for it. But I feel like it's an offer that is being... or a wish that is being granted. Something is coming in towards you that you're going to really love. It is in alignment with your heart, okay? They're actually giving me the word opportunity in the water, opportunity. So they are really indicating now that this is an opportunity. I rarely see words in the water, but today they're obviously giving me that word opportunity. Now, they're also showing me someone cleaning a table right now. So if you're listening to this reading, you're just cleaning off a table or something like that, then there's something in this message for you, okay? I mean, that is very precise. If it doesn't resonate with you in this moment as you're listening to this reading, it can also mean that you're making space perhaps, or adjusting to make space for something. I'm not really sure how else to decode it. I can only see someone just cleaning off a table, moving, rearranging stuff, and maybe wiping stuff down. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. It may be very, very precise. If it doesn't resonate for you, it doesn't mean it's not your reading. It just means they want that person to pay close attention, as their attention may have wavered. But the Ace of Cups indicates that this could also be like mental activity, that you're more focused on your dreams and your goals, and that you're really going to recognize that actually your cup of prosperity is going to be overflowing, because this is an endless cup of love, and the universe is bestowing goodness upon you, because we've got the Justice card, which indicates good karma is coming your way. But in order to sort of reach for this new opportunity, it requires either some sort of leap of faith or risk, but it requires you shaking up your world in some way. But this could only, it doesn't have to be something you're taking action on right now, because I see the Justice card as you weighing up your options. So you may be contemplating a really big life-changing move for the next couple of months. It doesn't have to be in May, but I feel like you're deciding on it or thinking about it in the month of May, okay? We've also got the Ten of Swords here, which means something is over for you. You're making space or making way for something new. The Ten of Swords can also be a point of epiphany, because swords always connect to the mind, and it can mean that you're, releasing an old way of thinking. So it can mean that you're not yearning for something that you wish you had. You may be deciding you're going to go for whatever it is you want and achieve it. So I feel like this is about you making almost like a chess move, where you're putting yourself in the right position to accomplish something that you really want to achieve. Now, this card also can be a card of feeling sadness, or feeling let down in some way. I mean, some of you looking at this, I feel like you're moving on from some sort of separation sadness, whether it is you're separating from an opportunity or a place, or if you've for example, you spent some time, I don't know why they're giving it to me like this, perhaps you've gone and spent some time with some family members for a couple of weeks on a vacation and things like that, and it's time to just move forward and go back to reality, as it were. You may be feeling a longing to be back in that space, but you recognize you have to move on. So it doesn't have to be always this painful, dramatic ending. It can be a graceful ending of like moving away from something that you kind of wanted to connect to, and sort of like challenging yourself to move somewhere else that is more in alignment with your goals. Okay. Now also the Ten of Swords with the Chariot card indicates it's almost like you're cutting and running in another direction. So something is coming to an end. It may have, it may have been something that was completely overwhelming, but I feel like you're over it. With the Chariot card says you're moving on. Whatever obstacles, you're cutting them out of the way so you can follow your heart. And the Chariot card says you're going to be successful. Whichever direction you decide to move in, you're headed in the right direction, because this is a card of victory, of triumph, but it's also about you taking the power or the initiative to drive that chariot. But also remember that fate intervenes with the Chariot, because the Chariot, there's no reins. There's never any reins on the Chariot, which means there is an element of free will, but also the universe and fate intervene as well. And because we've got that Tower energy, I really feel like there is an intervention that actually brings a lot of positivity. It feels like anything that's been negative that you've been going through, difficult periods, I feel like it's coming to an end, and you're moving away from a difficult time. Now, some of you may have gone through, for example, a procedure of some sort, perhaps an operation of something like that, and it may have been a surprise that you had to have that procedure. They're indicating that healing is occurring, and that you take that time to get yourself into the right space. Don't rush things is what they're showing me. But also, you won't have to give up on your dreams and goals. There will be the right time and the right moment to get back on that gravy train to achieve whatever it is you set out to do. But the Chariot card indicates a triumph. Okay, your commitment, your dedication, your drive will bring success. Okay. Also, we've got the World card. We've got the World card twice here. This is your outcome energy, which means this is accomplishment. This is whatever you set out to do. This is you achieving that. This is an achievement of desire because of your hard work, but also being in the right place at the right time. I feel these two cards can indicate with the Chariot card that you are moving, as I said, but it doesn't have to be a physical move. It can mean that in life you're moving on from something that just has no space in your world anymore. You've let that go. Emotionally, you've checked out of a situation with the Eight of Cups. You've decided, that doesn't vibe with who I am anymore. It could literally be that, you've been working in a certain sector for a long time, and it's something that you are passionate about, and you had so much love for it, but you've evolved and you've decided, it's not for me anymore. It doesn't mean that you're making, you're giving up on something. Actually, you're showing that you have the tenacity to evolve and move forward. So some of you are actually going to move in a different direction, but I see you with the Seven of Wands still holding true to your dreams and your goals. You're still going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. And the World card, you've got a victory wreath right there. They're showing me that the full moon eclipse on the 16th of May is going to be very, very poignant for you. So I'm going to pull a card and see why, and tell me what's going on there for you. Because the way that they're showing me an envelope. And when they do that, it tends to mean, of course, that there's some sort of communication that comes on in that will surprise you, but helps you move forward. Something that Yeah, something you've been working for. The Seven of Pentacles there. It is an investment in your future. The Star in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Something that you may have felt a real test of faith. You've been going through a test that you may have felt like the universe was not on your side, or we got the Page of Wands, there's your news, and we got the King of Wands. So this is about you in terms of empowerment. This news empowers you and influences your decision in some way. The Star in the reverse, well, let's start with the Seven of Pentacles. This is something you've been working really hard towards, and you know, this card can be an evaluation point where you're checking the exchange. You've been looking at all the hard work that you've been implementing and seeing if it's worth it, if you're getting out what you've been putting in. Okay, so I feel like this is also if you've been feeling dissatisfied of where you're at, this is about you planning in the planning stages, but you're on the right track towards accomplishment. The Star energy in the reverse shows me that there's been a test, okay, and you've been passing this test, but it may have been feeling uncomfortable, and that's why the universe sort of says it's time to move. Even, as I said, even if it's like you got a new idea that's being whispered by your intuition, listen to your intuition. It will never lead you astray. The Star in reverse also can be, you know, take the time to heal. You may be trying to influence getting back into a situation too quickly. Okay, so if you've separated from something, I mean, even if it's something that you love doing, whether it was perhaps some of you, I mean, not all of you, if you haven't already, it's not going to happen. I just want you to be aware of that. Some of you have lost your job, for example, it was a bit of a surprise, a bit of a shock. I feel like there's a new opportunity coming on in here, but you may need to get over that shock and heal first. Okay, because things like that, whatever shocks come into our world, and they do, like life is ups and downs. We all just have to ride that wave. That's just life. So I feel like you have to give yourself time to breathe. You're the sort of person who tends to put a smile on things and just shrug it off your shoulders and be like, I'm moving forward. You don't tend to dwell in that energy, and that's really wonderful. But also it means that sometimes you're not processing things. So allow those emotions to be processed through you and then let them go. The Ten of Pentacles here, it's in the reverse. Now, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse can be about conflict within the family unit, for example. It can mean that, you know, some things, maybe some of their negativity, if you've experienced that, is a little bit confusing as to why it's been a little bit confusing. But the Ten of Pentacles can also be like divorce. So some of you, for example, may have been going through a divorce and it's been quite difficult and you're coming out the other side. Some of you may get that divorce finalized, okay, things like that. But it can also mean, for example, that you're looking at your finances and you're looking at the investment that you put in and seeing that you're not getting out as much as you'd hoped. And you may be addressing that situation. I really feel with this Six of Pentacles in the reverse, it just tells me that, you know, you've been putting all your effort into something and sometimes it's been a bit of a struggle and you may have felt like you're not being fairly recompensed by the universe. Okay, the Six of Pentacles tends to be about the universe sending help or aid in some way, and you may have been like having a real test of faith and realizing that you've been feeling a little bit on your own, okay? The struggle has been real, but that's all about to change for you because we have this Page of Wands coming on in. Pages, as I said, are news arriving, but it gives you something to be really curious about. This is also something that you can really commit to and really sparks your passion. I feel like it's something that helps you overcome this obstacle that you've been going through, and I feel like it brings a lot more freedom for you, okay? I see you getting a little bit more passion or a little bit of spark of mojo or motivation. So if you've been feeling a little bit lackluster, they give me the word lackluster recently, then I feel like you're going to get this boost of energy to be curious about a new project or a new venture. Okay, because we got Page of Wands, they tend to be like new ventures coming on in or new opportunities coming on in that you can really sink your teeth into. In the water right now, they're showing me like dominoes. So, I mean, not unless you're actually playing dominoes as you're listening to this reading, but I feel like it's more like a domino effect. Okay, I just see that things are evolving and moving forward quite fast after this news comes in. That's going to be around about the 16th of May. which is that full moon eclipse in Scorpio, okay? Now, the King of Wands indicates that whatever this news is, it will influence you and your situation. And this is about you being a bold leader, having that power and that courage to move forward. This card is you aligning yourself with, you know, your heart, your passion. But I also feel that this is you sort of bossing up in some way. So, for example, you know, if you're kind of like happy where you're at, but all of a sudden, like a surprise, the way they're giving it to me, let me put it this way, there's a surprise vacancy. That's the word I was trying to look for. There's a surprise vacancy at your company for a higher position, and then you get tapped for it. Okay, suddenly it's being offered to you, and you're like, oh, okay. And I feel like this is a step up in some way. It could be a leadership position. It could be, you know, you being sponsored to do something, or it can also be you being put in a position of responsibility or power. But I feel like it's something that really excites you. And it brings a lot of success and money here. Now, for some of you, you may decide that all of a sudden you want to leave the rat race and become an entrepreneur. You know, so I feel this is about you being a little bit more independent in your energy. So even if you're getting a promotion or a raise, you may get like an office with it or something like that. I feel like there's a little bit more independence going on. Or it could be you having like setting up a new business in some way, and it's something you're really passionate about, something that you're really going to achieve. I mean, the King of Wands achieves everything he sets out to do. So male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about the energy. You're going to achieve whatever it is you set out to, okay? So I just want to also pull a card on that Tower energy before I leave the reading, but I'll finish the cards first before I do that. It keeps looking at me and drawing me, so I really want to check out the energy of that Tower. The Eight of Cups says you're walking away from something. I mean, everything, the Fool card says you're moving forward, you're doing something new, and you're doing it quite suddenly as well. And then the Ace of Chalices, something new is arriving for you. Ten of Swords, you're saying goodbye to something. Eight of Cups, you're walking away from something. Chariot card, you're moving forward and you're not looking back. So everything just tells me that if something's not emotionally fulfilling you, you are walking away, and but you're not giving up. This is the thing. You're not walking away from something to give up on it. You're walking away from it because you deserve better. Okay? The Seven of Wands is like, it can mean that you are, you know, up against competition for something, but you are being pegged as being the person that people want to either hire, or you're above the competition is what they're showing me. Also, this card is you persevering and not conforming. So if someone offered you, for example, a position and it was less than you truly deserve, you're like, no. I'm sorry. I know my worth. Especially, well, you should know your worth anyway, my beautiful Capricorn, but we all get more of a deeper sense of our own value during this new moon eclipse. And I feel like, you know, you may turn something down and say, no, it's okay. I'm good. I'm not really, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a little bit more. And they go, okay, here's more. So they may actually give you a tempting offer. They may staircase you up a little bit more because you had the courage to ask for it. Okay. Seven of Wands is you holding true to your vision, not giving up on your dreams. It is about self-confidence. And I feel this is about you, you know, being inspired to stand your ground. And as I said, not conforming. Also, they really want you to be aware that there is a victory wreath there. And there's a scroll right in those, that bird's, claws. So I feel like there is really exciting news coming in towards you around about that 16th of May that actually influences your situation. So look out for that. The Ace of Pentacles tells me that either it's related to money, but also the Ace of Cups tells me it's related to something that you've been dreaming about, something that's like a dream opportunity, something that you can, you know, capitalize on here. Your finances are actually multiplying, but more importantly than that, I feel like you're aligning yourself with success and you're accomplishing a goal. Even if it's like, for some reason they just said book deal. So someone out there is going to get a book deal, for example. That's not going to resonate for everyone, of course, so I do apologize. Doesn't mean it's not your reading. It just means that there's someone out there whose attention may have wavered and they want to bring them back into the reading, okay? So that's why it's quite precise sometimes. But the Ace of Pentacles tells me that there is prosperity on its way. And it's something you deserve. Something that you do something like a plot twist in your world that shakes up your life in some way, in a major way. and it brings in radical change to your finances and to love life if you're looking for love as well. It's like suddenly you've decided you don't want to do something anymore, and you're moving into a new sort of energy, and then everything just works out in your favor. Okay, so I feel like with this Chariot card, you've got your eye on something and you're moving forward, and nothing or nobody's going to get in your way from reaching that goal or that level of success that you're looking to achieve. Okay, so I really feel like you're on the right path. Now I'm going to get your final cards, and then I'm going to clarify that Tower. We'll come to those now in a moment. Can you please clarify the Tower moment for my beautiful Capricorn? The Knight of Swords. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Ooh, okay. Yeah, look at this. So the Knight of Swords, it's not something that you're not taking action on something. The Three of Wands tells me you're contemplating this. May is a contemplation. This is like you sort of, Three of Wands is like a card of expanding on opportunities, of achieving, of being on the right path towards success, and looking at the opportunities before you so that you can make really good choices. Okay, this is about you aligning yourself with your heart's desire. The Three of Wands is actually an enterprising card where you're watching and waiting. You're anticipating your next move. So I feel like you're really paying attention to like your surroundings and going, okay, I want to make some radical changes in my life. What do I need to do? It's almost like you're calculating what comes next. And these are big decisions you're making. It's not like when you get major arcanas, it means big faded energy. The Empress card in the reverse, I feel like you've been neglecting your own needs, perhaps not getting enough sleep and things like that. Yeah, you've been working really hard. Ten of Wands. So I feel like it keeps coming back here to this. I've said it a couple of times in your readings over the last couple of weeks, where you're working smarter, not harder, okay? And you've been working really hard. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Okay, yeah, you're trying to find this work-life balance. The Empress card, now male or female, not a gender-specific reading, it's about the energy. The Empress card in reverse indicates there that, you know, you may have felt a little bit disconnected from yourself. You may have felt a little bit less than yourself than usual. You may have even, like, neglected, you know, things like healthcare routines or good diet and things like that, or even just like come home and feel lack of energy, or even lack of abundance. You may have felt like that nothing is working out in your favor, or you've had limited resources or limited time for you time, because the Ten of Wands tells me that you're, you know, overworked or overstretched in some way. So there's been a lot of fatigue or a lot of burden. You've been struggling. That's the energy that we've been feeling here at the beginning of your reading. But as they're showing me, the Devil card is like, you know, you may have been, I mean, the Devil card is you. So it could be you, Capricorn, being bonded to working so hard that you've overworked yourself and left yourself no time to have fun or even have you time. So I feel like you're trying to release or find a way to balance your life, because the King of Swords there with the Temperance is like you are thinking about a plan, you're strategizing about how to find more balance in your world, or how to sort of weigh up your priorities and decide what is more important. And I feel you're making major decisions that actually affect you long term in a really successful, excellent way. Okay, so I feel like you're going to release your bonds to, you know, the Ten of Wands there. This figure is about to set down their load. This is harvest time. Okay, this is like this person's gathered all the harvest. You've been working really hard, and now it's time to set it down and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But I feel like you've been obsessively working away towards something, and now you're thinking things through and trying to find a better strategy. The King of Swords is someone who has got really great ideas, but also thinks before they act and negotiate a better deal. So this is about you negotiating a better deal with the universe, or with your employer, or with yourself. You know, you're trying to work smarter, not harder, okay? Now this is so weird. They just gave me, now this is a very old TV show. It's going to show how old I am. They just showed me like an old TV show, MacGyver. MacGyver, okay? This is so weird. MacGyver, why did they show me that? I really don't know the significance of that. Now, either you've just been watching reruns, or perhaps your name is MacGyver. MacGyver. I feel like MacGyver, and I may get this wrong because I can't really remember. I mean, I was a child when it was out, but I think MacGyver is the sort of person who would find a way to do anything and everything. Like, if, for example, he was trapped in a building, he had like a stick of gum and would like put it on the door and, you know, get a match, and all of a sudden the door would like blow wide open or something like that. You know, I feel like you make the impossible possible. That's what I'm feeling from that energy. So I hope I'm, yeah, it's moving away from the water now. So I feel like that's what this message was from Spirit. Sometimes they give me the most obscure images or words or things, and I have to decode them, and they don't leave the water until such time as I say what they want me to say, and I pick up the energy through it. So it's gone now. So I'm guessing you making the impossible possible is something that they were trying to give me as a message. I guess that's what the Temperance card also is about. It's about mixing things up to create something really exciting, something really magical, and having patience to do that. So I feel like you are actually aligning yourself with your true heart's desire, and things are becoming viable and visible in the physical world. All your needs are going to be met because you've been working really hard towards. Yeah, also they're really drawing me. Now, you may have had a placement in Pisces. You may have placements in Pisces, or maybe you're dealing with the Pisces, because a similar energy came up in the Pisces reading about dipping one's toe into something. So I feel you're thinking about something, or you're trialing something before you actually do it. It's almost like you're contemplating your next chess move in life, and it's a big one, okay? So I feel like the Tower is, you know, you've been working yourself, breaking your back. You've been obsessing about work, and new opportunities are coming along to give yourself a little bit more freedom and a little bit more balance. Okay, so I feel like there could be like a surprise opportunity that comes on in to help you do that. Now we've got Supernatural, Wolf, Pathfinder, and Penguin, Authentic. So Dragon, Supernatural. That's your first card. It says, you are the ancient wise sage, and you can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Okay, so as I said, you're doing something and you're doing it well. You're the master of your craft. And also, I feel, you know, you're being really flexible. Shapeshifter, you know, you're being able to be flexible to either mold yourself into something new or do something new that aligns with who you are now, and not someone that you were maybe 20 years ago, for example. So I feel like you are going through a cycle. The Wolf Pathfinder, this is very important because you've got that Fool card there, so that's about taking a leap of faith, or actually envisaging a new path in life. It says, release your past and start the new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Okay, that definitely encompasses all of your reading, all the cards that came up there as well. So finding a new path, but also having that tenacity to make it work and be successful no matter what it is you turn your hand to. You're really good at that. That's one of your awesome skills in life, Capricorn. You roll with the punches in life and you always make it work. Okay, now we've also got the Penguin, and this is Authentic. And it says here, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face a storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. That's what I said. You're the one giving the surprises. You're full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Okay, so I definitely feel this energy from your reading that you want to break free from something, and you're going to shock a lot of people in some radical changes that you're making in your life. Even if you know, for example, you have people in your world who tend to be like negative or naysayers, and you've always just, you know, tolerated their behavior. I feel like right now you're like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. You know, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to tell you how it is, and you know, you're putting an end to it. I feel like Capricorn, you're always the sort of person who would do that anyway. You wouldn't really let things slide, but I feel like you're not going to meet other people's expectations, and May is a very big month for you to be rising up in your authentic power. Okay, now we also have I have permission. So you know, you have permission to take that leap of faith and do anything you want in the world, no matter anybody's expectations. It's your life. You're living it the way you want to, in your own authentic way. So number 22, when you reduce it, 2 + 2 is of course 4, which is the Emperor energy, you are empowering yourself to break free from something that may have been holding you back. But you're definitely moving forward. The challenge for the month is to believe in yourself and move forward with your heart. I am authentic. Now, this is a second card that you've got about authenticity. Being true to who you are, being honest and open. We got the Justice card, so you're the one leading with integrity. So if you've been up against someone who has been manipulative or a bully or in some way derogative to who you are, I feel like you're getting karma, good karma. I feel like the truth will out and there will be a fair sort of exchange here where, you know, they are held to account for their actions. We've also got, I am a problem solver. So even in the maze, when you're trying to work something out and, you know, there's a bit of a conundrum, you will find your way because you're listening to your heart. It's also number 38. When you reduce it, 3 plus 8 is 11, which is a soul path number. You will find your way. Interestingly enough, right in the beginning, right in the middle, you got number 37, which is 10, of course. When you reduce it, 3 plus 7 is 10, which is an ending, bringing a new beginning. You're making space for something new. And some of you, you know, with that 8 of Cups, you may not know where you're going, but you know that where you're at right now is not fulfilling you. So you may be just moving on and seeing where the universe takes you. The universe always takes the person from the 8 of Cups straight into the 9 of Cups, which is a wish fulfilled. Okay, which is your destiny, your true prosperity, and your true calling. So I'm just going to get a trinket before we close. Thank you so much. We've got the guitar. Now the guitar is to tune in, raise your vibrations. Some of you are going to start a creative endeavor in some way. It may involve music, but I feel music is important for you to raise your vibrations and to manifest. So if some of you have been trying really hard to manifest, but you can't see anything or you can't visualize, music is the key to helping you see a little bit more, just so you're aware. Even if it's just like background music, doesn't have to be like a full-on song with lyrics and things. It can be background music. It helps you be able to open your mind, just so you're aware. But they're indicating you're tuning in to your true prosperity. And they want it on the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So I'm going to leave that there. I do apologize. There's a little motorcycle person going past. They always go up and down. I've been mentioning them a lot now because they're very, very loud. And I will leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Capricorn. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Now, they're just showing me a cocktail drink. So either you are drinking a cocktail drink while you're listening to this reading. If that's you, oh wow, you know, I'm in awe. I love your style. But it could also be that there is a cause for celebration. Perhaps a celebratory drink coming on in here for you in the month of May. Or maybe someone asks you out for cocktails. Maybe you just got a text, someone asking you out for cocktails or something like that. Something to do with cocktails. It's not like an ordinary drink. It's something that's very, very mixed. And, you know, like with the umbrella and the cherry and all of that. It feels, they're showing me that as in, it's like a, yeah, they're showing me as a fun celebratory drink. Okay, so it could be that you're celebrating something. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn. Love and light.